another Phoenix Wright episode. We are getting to the case section, which I believe might be the finale. So let's get started. Good morning, Max.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties.
You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today.
I can't stop sparkling. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Ooh, wait, who's tee-heeing? Oh, her. She's here.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. No. Okay, I've been balling that side.
I was drinking when that happened, bro. Don't. Also, immediately I saw the carton of milk, and I thought, is that what happened to her dad? He went to go get the milk.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk.
Regina!
Oh, fabulous. My sweetie pie. My sweetie pie princess. Dude, chill. You came to watch my performance today. Of course I did. She looks like a magical girl. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
Mo, what are you playing at? So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
You know, I don't know if it happened or not, but it would be super awesome if all of a sudden the murderer was actually Regina.
Well, only Explodes knows that.
Yeah.
Explodes and God.
Huh.
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, she is a blonde. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Get some popcorn. And don't buy the strange stash of stuff underneath the judge's desk. Good luck, Max. You're the best.
Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Oh.
Top of the morning to ya. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Well, if you're Edgeworth, pretty low.
Mo.
Top of the morning to you, governor.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Attack of the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. What is with all the milk? Oh my, thanks. So how are you today, right?
Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit.
You mean Acro?
Oh, huh. You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. More than his brother.
All I got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, and I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we just rely on
No, you're supposed to
evidence.
say the same thing we do every day, Maya. Bullshit our way out of this.
Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and the truth. You're right, but it's going to be tough.
You mean we have to play by the rules? When have we ever done that? Anyways, I wanted to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. We're gonna psychologically scar essentially a child with the murder of her father and the reality of it. Mo, you are a sick clown.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't become stars. You mean people die when they're dead? I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Hey now, that's against my religion. Well, George isn't here, so all right. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Oh boy, it's gonna be a lot of me.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well, Miss Von Karma. You may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order! Order! I had a feeling some of this would come up. To this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders.
Poor Gumshoe.
Very well. Please call your witness to the stand.
You know, to think that we only really have that closeness with Gumshoe because of the first two cases. Because the very first case, he had absolutely no care about us. And the second one, he needed our help because of Edgeworth and all that. So,
And then we just kind of became friends because it's like, hey, you helped him. I owe you one. Then it's like, you know, you guys ain't so bad after all. But I can't be nice to you.
legally. Time to get
Legally
to
or
work.
illegally.
Yeah. Except that one time against Daddy Gannon. When he let us in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Oh, nice.
Who are you
Memes.
talking to? Uh, name and occupation.
Oh, we don't have explosion yet, do we?
I got a lot of voice on my plate today.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think his phone finally died. I will use my generic Indian voice for this one then. Ken
North
Dingling.
American. North American.
North American? Indian?
Yeah, not the gas station type. Okay, hey, look, someone had to say it.
Ken
I have to meet Grace's quota somehow.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as acrobat at very big circus.
Where were you the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness room is near the crime scene. My
Right, that's my
room
line.
is on the third floor. The crime scene is below my window. Sorry. You know what?
By his accent. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. More than my wit. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. What I witnessed.
Look at this photograph.
It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that is who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. There we go.
The witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
Hold it! Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool, like that clown. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Hey, whoa, them's fighting words. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened.
Very well, you may proceed with the cross-examination.
Ah, the judge's voice back. How is my voice of a Vacro, dude? If you heard that much.
I loved it. It was very generic, but I loved it.
Very generic white man.
White man came into big tent, made me eat lion's mouth.
Hold up. Wait, is this the one? Are we able to press everything again?
I think so.
I'm gonna save just to be safe.
We're not gonna be tested.
You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct?
That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? You really gotta close the windows. There's birds coming in. Anyways, I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful in the chambers.
Oh, come on, Judgy Wudgy. Don't sell yourself short. The witness will proceed with his testimony.
I think this is the first time we've had explodes in like the third act of a case, like be on stand. Usually either been you or myself.
Not the first time, but really the more important one. Or something, I don't know.
Don't look at me. I didn't plan for this. Maybe he planned for it. He wanted me to talk.
Your room is on the 3rd floor, right?
Yes.
And you said that you were resting in bed?
That's correct.
But you were still able to hear sound from outside.
I was indeed. My ears work after all.
Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. But maybe something was contradictory in what he just said now.
He was in his bed, he was asleep, there was light coming in, but he said that it sometimes makes it too bright to see. So was he actually awake, or was he actually asleep?
There's a huge contradiction with this testimony that was just given. Oh, great, she's getting her 2 cents worth.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see the evidence.
Is it the map?
You have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
I just kind of wildly...
We refer to the map, but it's like, wait, because where did the murder take place on the map?
Well, that's the bust.
Busted.
That's this. Okay.
Shirtless.
Lodging house. Lodging house. Acro's 3rd floor. Mo's 1st floor. Wait a minute, but there's...
Went from the ringmaster's room and they went to the plaza, which is that area by the swinging door area, I'd assume.
Well, considering that we might just get decked with a penalty on this one, because I that's barely the 2nd line of dialogue. I'm willing to go ahead and throw this one out, just because. Yeah, okay. This is our penalty right
Continue
here.
save.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess I got no penalty for that.
I guess
Okay.
it was something. I don't know.
Give me a second. I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Congratulations.
Mazel tov, it's a boy.
Yeah, I have another one of those Skeletor memes. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we are.
Okay, I'm back. By the way, did you know I'm lactose intolerant?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's your answer. Anyway, let's get back to where I was. Where was I? Oh yes. I was just reading 10. I was resting my bed. There was a thump, and then a few minutes later I saw something flying right in my window. Okay. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure.
Wait, the bust.
Ooh,
No,
ooh.
Well,
no, hold on.
sitting
Out in the
beside
courtyard. The bust
the
fell from the
possibility
roof,
of a
hit the guy in the head,
mannequin,
and then dragged up by a
an
rope.
action figure is possible.
I think Ben just cracked open this case wide open, and because he was on the third floor, he could just drop it Looney Tunes style, and then use his acrobatic abilities to raise it up. So there you go.
Or just have a rope and a pulley system.
Yep.
All he has to do is just lie and say, "Oh no, someone floated by my window. Maybe money accidentally killed him."
Shoot the monkey.
Just like the one in Pirates of the Caribbean. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix, right? Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night.
I believe it was a human.
Damn, I just strengthened her testimony, or his testimony. Wonder if accurate statements jives with facts. I'll hold off for that for now.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Sorry.
Nah, nothing, your honors. Till I can find a clear contradiction. I should tread lightly. It was Mascalacta. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. That light in your room was turned off then, right?
True. I was going to bed after all.
I was gonna say. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window?
The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. Wouldn't that mean there was too much light? It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any other of the symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as a cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Mask Galactica.
The more impressive, the less results I seem to get. Or maybe there was something fishy with the latest bit of testimony.
Wow, they want you to press everything.
Yeah, nothing, your honor. Okay. Same thing goes on for each one, okay. I thought I was dreaming. Okay. When did you start thinking that was what you saw wasn't a dream?
Objection. That's not important.
Objection! I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's memory.
Just to be sure. Let's ask the witness. Oh!
Objection.
Sustained.
Don't sustain that!
Afro must be lying about what he saw, right?
Of course he is. Now the challenge would be to expose the lies in court.
Well, put pedal to the metal, Nick.
Alright, so we're gonna go on your bust theory, right? Right, Ben? Mr. Benjamin?
Yeah.
Okay, a few moments later, it was
Matt. Still saying there was a loud thump and that there was no one there, that he was just standing over him and then he just flew away.
Bronze statue taken from the cafeteria before the crime. Yeah. So on the thump, it was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but it looks like what it looked. That's who it looked like. So it has to be this one then. Ah, no, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, good thing good thing I did what I did. Unless that is the thing that we throw evidence on when we press it. Okay, so we press this one.
So he was flying by the window. Remember, we still have the hat. We have the hat. And remember, the three things identify him are the hat and the cloak.
Okay, let's
so we
see.
saw the silk hat. Maybe we can throw the silk hat there. Yeah, we can throw the silk hat maybe here. It's like, was this the hat?
Huge contradiction with the testimony. Okay, let's save here. And then I'll see if it ends up being the hat or the other thing. Okay, so we'll do your silk hat first. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
What do you mean?
The silk hat.
About the silk hat. I saw Mac's head as he flew by the window.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night.
That would have been quite difficult considering the state I'm in. Kind of an insensitive dick.
He's
looking outside of the window.
you just hear Gumshoe. You just hear Gumshoe saying, "Hey!"
Window. Oh, I wasn't finished reading that.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat was found on the scene. So that's what you're referring to, Ben, right? Give that man a point.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
Afraid not. No matter how you may look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats?
Well,
No.
he's a narcissist.
This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Order.
Objection. As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking.
Nope.
Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up.
Put your foot in it.
No, I'm not that kind of guy. We've been through this.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury on the court today?
It's a grudge against Max. Acro is the real culprit. Oh, that's a bold claim right there.
I mean, all he had to do was just pull the thing up via a pulley to make it look like he was flying. After all, no one was there to look into the dark of night to know where Max, quote-unquote, flew off to.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, this would explain why he wouldn't respond to Ben and Trillo when they were calling out to him. It's like, oh, good evening. That whole nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion? I mean, think about it. No one would ever think a guy in a wheelchair ever committed the murder, but he does have a grudge. He has a means. And you know what? If he stole the bust, or if a monkey did, and he lives with a monkey, then he has a means of making the perfect crime.
That monkey can lift a trombone, too.
That's a tuba!
Yes.
Tubas aren't that heavy, though. By comparison to a bust, that bust should be heavier.
Accuse Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really, it's helped me work so far.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. Wow, it's calm enough for it to almost be scary. That's because it is.
He's staying rather calm and collected.
And so are you for having a bird peck your eye out.
Mr. Dingling, what a name. Do
If that
you
is
have
your real
any
name.
response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing,
sorry.
do I?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. Is that you, George? Please tell me it's you so I can take over the judge. I'm doing
I'll
3
take over.
voices.
That's true.
I understand the situation. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things.
See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
She was right. Way to pick up on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
That's what makes it the perfect crime, can't
Phoenix
you
is
see?
a poopy head.
What the heck is happening here
Jeez,
now?
Mo. Really harsh on him, aren't you? See that, Mr. Phoenix, right?
There it goes.
If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Then why does he have all that exercise equipment in his room? If he's still an acrobat, how is he still an acrobat?
Maybe
the
just
defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did
It was the monkey.
have
Accomplice.
accomplice? Thank you.
it's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices.
You don't say.
Not good.
Monkey.
Not good. This isn't going to end well.
Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. Foolish fool.
What?
You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes.
Mr. Wright, it seems as you won't be stopping at Acros, but will be making others
Accusations.
Accusation.
I was about to say that, but I keep tongue twisting myself. If a cow, oh my god,
Accomplice.
if Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you.
I understand, Your Honor.
That's the thing. I'll keep messing up the name. Very well. let's continue. Let's continue. Who chance what would happen to be Acro's accomplice?
It was the monkey, I tells you. It's definitely not the lion. The lion is dead.
Yeah, he's dead. And soon the monkey, too.
You don't say.
Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very, very bad.
Don't tell me you think you're going to get... Oh, it's the same thing again.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, hold on.
It's the same thing.
I gotta use the restroom real fast. Deliberate. Talk amongst you.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, maybe the monkey didn't help,
No,
but...
no. Here's the thing: the monkey only goes for shiny things. He doesn't
That
even
is
like.
true.
do
Well,
anything.
the buff is shiny. Maybe we have to show... Well, we have to show the accomplice because we're trying to prove that there is an
But then
accomplice.
again, hold on. Let me try to think. I know I wasn't around too much in the stream, but I'm trying to think what else is in there.
Well, if you heard my crazy ass idea before of what I think actually went down, so the person that everyone thinks is Max wasn't Max at all, because recall, Max's bust is missing.
yeah.
And everyone always says there was a loud thump and that a hard object hit the back of the ringmaster's head. So let's just say someone dropped the bust off of a 3-story building, perhaps. And then it magically flew away. After all, everyone says, "Oh, that was definitely his face, and he definitely had his iconic things around him." But all one had to do was just simply tie a rope, because in the dark of night, no one's gonna notice a rope tied around a bus that's pretending to be a man that's dropped off someone's head. After all, it's the most elaborate trick anyone could have pulled. Maybe not the most elaborate, but at this point, the circus is B-rated anyway, so it's a C-rated joke for a B-rated circus.
Do we have anyone who have a grudge to the ringmaster?
Well, we're not putting in Max, so unless Regina was a well, I mean, she does seem far too innocent, but this is partly her fault. But I don't see why she'd want to kill her own father. Especially since none of the other guys outside of Mo don't want to take over the circus. Maybe it was Regina. Because Regina's way too chill about this. 16-year-olds are not that innocent.
That or she's just that spoiled that she doesn't know any better.
Not to mention, there's also the puppet guy.
Yeah, but he was on the ground when he saw that happen. So, I mean, wait, no, maybe he was in on it. Maybe he drew the ringmaster out to that point to make sure he stood at that exact point.
Ringmaster. Everybody loves the ringmaster.
Well, everyone except Acro, because we just went over the fact that, oh, this was Regina's fault, and remember, the ringmaster did not say no to her. So because of her wanting to put her head inside of a lion's mouth, a dude's hospitalized, and a dude is handicapped.
Okay, I remember what happened, so I can't really say what's happening.
No. We don't want to spoil this, Ben. We don't want to spoil.
That's why I said we're not going to say it. Pay attention.
Sorry, my bad. I'm thinking really.
I returned from the skibbity. All right, let's see.
Do not say that, Captain. Please. Now there's gonna be people putting the word in.
Skibbity pop.
Skibbity. Doot.
I'm still thinking. Because I told the guys that is there anyone who has a grudge against the ringmaster, but the only thing we got is like no one has a grudge against him.
Acro is the only one.
Yeah.
I can't say anything because I remembered
the company celebrates 365 days accident free. They're technically celebrating the anniversary of the accidents. Like that one.
Until we meet again.
Okay.
Remember,
I posted that up hard ago
Okay.
just to see if anyone would
first
notice.
the riches, then the bitches. Until we meet again.
Was indeed an accomplice.
This was The person you
maybe there
accused was
wasn't an accomplice.
indeed an
Maybe he worked
accomplice.
alone. Because again, it could be any of the performers. I honestly thought it could potentially be Regina, just because I don't know. She's way too chill about all of this. It's just.
But then again, she's not. Then again, she is not like the smartest out of the circus.
All right, so you need a proof that the monkey would help that guy.
Well, unless they're gonna be like, oh, that was his accomplice.
5 cards.
I mean, would it really be that far off the grid? Technically, it is.
First, you gotta settle for the punishment of this one, I guess. If you're wrong.
Mr.
Yes, Your Honor. Persuasive power.
Evidence is
Sound. Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I just
You were
figured
trying
I'd
to find
check.
evidence that the monkey was the one helping him.
Oh. I must have skipped that one. I thought that we were just giving the wrong stuff here. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Do you have any evidence to support your claim?
Of course, nobody ever hears me.
Well, I do. Just I used the restroom, and then I just kind of lost track. You have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
After the restroom.
I had recently recovered from the restroom. Okay. What was the question? Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? What was it that we put
We're
originally?
a little bit back.
Yeah. It's the monkey, right?
I'm pretty sure you guys already
What was this? Oh yeah. Okay. What? I don't get it. You're not going to be able to get through this without your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again, straight towards the guilty verdict. You're bluffing? I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court. Whoops! Witness. Oh, okay. You mind repeating your testimony? With pleasure.
Yeah,
Oh.
You're not in the same area anymore. You kind of haven't saved in a bit.
Oh, my bad. Okay, around the time I heard a thwomp. A few moments later, I saw some flying right down by my window.
A thwomp?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then Max Galactica. Okay, this is where we went through that train of thought here. Okay, that pushed this one. Yeah, saw that. Okay, we're gonna push here. There's a contradiction. It's a huge contradiction. Yep. Do you have any evidence to support your claim? That was the silk cat, right? That we agreed.
Yeah.
Claimed to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? Silk cat? Oh yeah, so this is the silk cat thing right here. Yep. Okay. Let's save here. Okay. No matter what. Cinemax at 2 silk cats. No. Acro. Okay. Sorry, folks. Just didn't realize we are gonna be in this pickle. And open their mouth. Okay, Nick. Well, okay. How about it, Mr. Wright? What causes witness to commit perjury? All right. So we're back here. So, Acro's the real culprit. Okay.
Well, that's what we did before this whole mess.
Okay, accusing. All right. Okay, da-da-da. Oh yeah, we were really far back. Okay.
And then she says, "Oh yeah, you're gonna say that he had an accomplice," but it's like, "Oh no, he didn't. Maybe he didn't have an accomplice."
That's probably just the trap then. Okay, so save here. Don't really need to say anything.
He is involved somehow in all of this, but maybe not.
Plus, the monkey only goes to shiny things. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he takes care of the monkey.
The monkey takes care of him.
We're just making sure we save up right to the closest point.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do. Okay, what do you say about Mr. Did Acro have an accomplice? What if I say no? Okay.
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma. Oh, so that was just a red herring then.
Yeah.
Also,
I
we did
fell
a
for
loop
it.
back.
This whole trip was my fault. Deduct a point.
Okay.
What?
No. You're not going to sucker me into this one. Alternate universe, Phoenix, yes. But not
What
this
are
time.
you brabbling about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Order. What are you getting at?
Am I his balls?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together.
We
I have
already
to
did.
show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
I showed all my work. It's up to you guys.
Can you really do it, Nick? Can you really do it?
I know that I can't. I know what I can't do, and I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
All right, then let's do it. And by we, I mean you.
Mr. Phoenix, right? If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I do like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed in,
Oh, that was automatic. I didn't do that.
okay,
He'd have to be here.
Yeah,
'Cause
he
if
had to be in his own place. That's the only way it works.
he was obviously here the entire time.
that's the Akaru's room.
Pretty simple, eh?
Acro.
Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. Just think of acrobat, because that's the play on words they're using. Acro.
Acro, okay.
In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts? Peanuts.
What say
you,
Mr.
Mr.
Dark?
Dingling?
Mr. Darling. Nope.
It's an interesting theory.
That's it?
Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
as the witness has stated, your
Assertion.
assumption is impossible.
Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go in the scene or be a killer.
You've got a point.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix, right? The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime.
That's true.
Poor Eggman.
Mouse said he saw Matt, didn't he? Oh, geez, I heard that one.
Must be from George's End.
What?
But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly.
Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright?
What is it?
I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume.
How did he do it? That's the next course of the legal buffet.
Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here.
You're right. I can't mess up here. Got to give this one some serious thought and a save state.
You lose your soul.
It feels like it's the birds. It feels like it.
I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
The bust. The bust. The bust.
Time to engage enlightenment to how Mr. Dingring, commence the crime, Mr. Wright.
I'm going to present some evidence.
He's like, oh, I can't present it right now, but the bus seems to be the
What
obvious thing.
Dingring used to commit the crime of the murder against
You
Raspberry.
do have a photo.
Yeah, I do have a
of the
photo,
bust.
but not that.
The Grand Prix, or that,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's definitely it.
What's this? A picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture.
The bus?
It's quite a large bust, and because it's life-sized, it's also very, very heavy.
Heavier than a tuba. Heavy.
Heavy enough to
Heavy
guarantee a
weapon
certain
guard.
death. Yeah. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galacta's simple, ample bust.
You can clearly see it on his picture. Look at that bust.
Order. So you're saying that the bus fell onto the ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in the wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
Objection. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Objection! Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
All that equipment in his room, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Daring, how do you...
I unfortunately do have to go.
Oh no! We got to the... Tell your parents they can wait.
Maybe I'll
How
give him 5
do
more
you
minutes.
reply to these changes?
Or charges. Bit close.
Charge.
Well, Tucker's at a loss for words.
He should
Almost
be.
unusual.
He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from that!
Can you stop whipping him? Jesus
I'd
Christ.
watch what I'd say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
That's the way you say.
Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. Objection! There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
Objection! The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defendant objection is overruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
He doesn't. Mr. Thing, Deering, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical
Condition.
condition. Thank you. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request
Expert.
testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Coming from you with the whip.
Thank you.
Yeah, that woman will sink you to any low to win a case.
I mean, she is the daughter of Karma, the one who just hurt us and electrify our friend. And I'm pretty sure she will do the same thing like her dad
I
does.
suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head.
Not true. Because of the note
it
that he
would've-
said, meet me 10 p.m. at the Plaza Square.
Thus, it would have been unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think?
Besides, he admitted that he gave the note to her, which means he knew that he saw the note after he tore it up, so he knew exactly where he'd be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not going to be able to say it till the end of this, though.
Well, you know what?
Take over.
Well, you know what? Considering that, we'll just have to wait for when Ben comes back in, and that means it explodes. Who already knows the ending of this case will have to probably be asleep by that point, so it shouldn't really be too much of a problem. So we'll stop here for now with Phoenix, and we'll hop back in for Mario and Luigi, and we'll see you guys for the conclusion, the real conclusion, later today, later tonight. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one.
Rat stuff.
Well, I mean, I want to get more Mario stuff done, so that's probably gonna be where we're
Alright.
going. So until then, everybody, take care and bye bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Alrighty, everybody. Hold up. Let me see. I think I went a little bit too early on this one because it probably needs to boot back up. I'm just gonna stop stream right now. Hold on.